Hello. Good noon to everyone.
Yes, I have a problem with saying like good morning to patrons when I'm working at the service desk.
Okay.
And it's really like afternoon, especially on Sundays because we open at 12.
So what do you say good noon?
I say good morning and then they correct me.
Good noon, neighbor. Oh, that's nice to be corrected right out of the chute. So welcome to MPL Insider with
Tim
and Emily.
Woo!
I think that's the best we've ever done that.
I know.
Finally, it only took us like a year and a half. So, welcome everyone to the show. We have a great lineup of guests coming on in just a bit. But first, we always like to go over, like, Emily, what have you been up to lately?
Not a whole lot. I feel like, there's always sickness going through our house with our kid in daycare. We went to a Brewer game on Sunday.
Okay.
It was his first game. We thought it would be a nightmare, but it was actually a great game. It was
nice.
A beautiful day. They lost, though. So
thank you. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with that personally?
No, I blame my kid.
Okay. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? What do you got going on?
Nothing really. I've just been really planning. We've been planning a lot and packing everything because shortly after the show today, my wife Mara and I are going to be heading out to the East Coast, to New York.
Ooh.
We're going to drive out, and we thought we were going to visit our daughter, but as it turns out, she's not going to be there. Do we know where she's going to be? Devin. Do we know where she's going to be? Absolutely not, because she works for Meta and has signed more non-disclosure agreements than I knew existed in the world. It's got to look like the Bible.
Wow. Well, I mean, New York, though. New York's going to be great.
New York's going to be great. Well, hold on. Ruthie's
got a message for us.
is just in our ears here saying that someone has dialed in what is it?
I think it's S.O. Liberty.
S.O. Liberty. All right. Well, we have S.O. Liberty who has somehow gotten onto the stream. Let me just bring S.O. Liberty in here. Well,
hello, Tim and Emily. I am so happy to see you today.
Wait, how does the Statue of Liberty get our URL to join us in the studio?
This is insane.
Don't ask me. I assumed that I was invited to be here. I was a planned guest, but apparently, surprise to both of us, this was unplanned.
Who informed you that you were a planned guest?
Well, I don't know. I was supposed to be on the Tonight Show last week, and that got canceled. So I guess this is what they did to make up for it.
No one can trust Jimmy Fallon. That's something that.
No, he is a sly little fox, isn't he?
Side note, I actually booed Jimmy Fallon in the Macy's Day Parade one year.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
I do it every year.
I'm sure it definitely impacted him. I'm sure he's still crying about it now. So
why are you here?
Why are you here? To what do we owe this honor?
Well, I don't know. I heard you're coming to my city, and I just had to come and talk to you about it. I heard, it's been a while since you've been there. I've heard. I haven't seen you in a while.
A couple of years, yeah, definitely.
More than a couple.
Well, it has been a while, and we're looking forward to getting back. But am I getting like a special gift basket for showing up? Is that why you're here? I mean,
would you like one? I can throw something together for you.
I would love a gift basket.
Really
Just come and see me on the island. I'll have it all ready for you.
Will I be able to fit it into a Prius to bring back to Wisconsin?
Well, I can't make a guarantee on that. I mean, my baskets are quite large. If you've seen me in person, huge.
How big is your apartment that we're seeing behind you? I didn't know you had an apartment.
I don't have an apartment. This is my agent's office. I don't actually have living quarters. You've seen me. I live in the harbor. I stand on a pedestal.
Is your agent as big as you?
My agent is also rather statuesque. I'm sure you've heard of him. Michelangelo's David.
Oh my!
He does a little bit of agent work on the side. Yeah.
You must have high ceilings.
You've got to have. Well, David would have high ceilings, I would imagine. But so, you are easily literally the biggest guest we've ever had on the show.
I think so. Yeah. In many
They all say that to me. I'm always the biggest guest. You don't have to tell me that.
No, but it's absolutely true. So what do you need to fill me in on coming to New York?
Well, I heard there's Fleet Week coming up, and everybody's all agog about that.
That's
And,
true.
I mean, it's going to get wild and crazy. So,
So you're letting me know that Fleet Week, I need to beware of sailors? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they get rowdy. You know them.
Well, that's true, but I don't hang out with sailors as much as I used to.
Well, maybe you should. They're a great bunch.
Wait, wait, hold on a second. If you're really the Statue of Liberty, where's your crown and where's your torch?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've been in better shape. Let me tell you. Recently, I've experienced a string of vandalism, and it's just been a nightmare. I've got to tell you. People have stolen my crown. They graffitied it. Then they stole it outright. I don't have a torch anymore. I'm sure you've noticed. My tablets are gone. I haven't seen them in months. The crimes are positively statutory.
Oh.
Statutory as in for the Statue of Liberty?
Yes.
So
I'm like kind of speechless right now.
I'm agog. I will just say that I am agog at hearing this news. How are you going to get them? When's it coming back?
I have no idea, but I was hoping to get the word out by coming on your show and telling everybody about it today. If you have any news of where my items are, give me a call. Or give Michelangelo's David a call. He's got a phone.
What kind of phone does Michelangelo's David have?
What?
What kind of phone does Michelangelo's David have?
It's huge and also statuesque. It's made out of marble.
Well, what's the reward for the return?
Yeah, what's the reward? It better be substantial.
I'll put together another huge, substantial gift basket, just like the one I'm going to make for Tim when he comes to visit me.
So it's all gift baskets all the time with the Statue of Liberty.
You know it. I just love a good gift basket.
What do you usually put in gift baskets?
Well, that's a surprise for you to find out when you come to visit me.
Fair. So what kind of things did they spray paint on you?
Oh, God, all sorts of just nightmarish phrases, cartoons. The stuff on my crown I couldn't see. But
I would imagine, but then that got stolen on top of everything.
It really did, and I'm just beside myself. Or, yes. I was going to make a joke, but
well, you can make a joke.
I felt it would fall flat.
Try it out. Try out your new material.
I don't even remember what it was now. I've got people crawling around inside of me and my brain and all sorts of things. I don't even know what century it is anymore.
Do you have people crawling around inside you right now as we're talking?
No, I shooed them out for this. When I leave the pedestal, I've got to travel a little bit. And they can't come with me. That's a hazard and a lawsuit waiting to happen.
So what advice do you have to give me before I get in the car to drive to New York?
Be careful. Pack well. I mean, if you're going to be, how long are you going to be here, Tim?
About a week.
A week. I mean, you know what? Don't pack anything. New York has everything you could possibly need. And I heard you're looking for a new umbrella or something.
That's true.
You were texting my friend the other day. He was telling me, you don't have to come here with anything. We've got everything you could possibly need, ever want. It's a beautiful city, and it's going to be great. Just be careful. Just be careful of, if you come with nothing, then you don't have anything to steal, right? People won't vandalize your crown. Definitely don't come with a crown.
Well, I don't really have a crown, so I wouldn't travel.
Well, maybe you should get one. You'd look good in a crown, Tim.
Oh, you think so? Really?
Yeah, Emily, you too. You'd look good in a crown. You both look good in crowns.
Emily has more of a crown face. I mean, I just have this big jack-o'-lantern head. It's hard to find a crown. I'm round already. I've left the statue.
That's what they told Louis XIV back in France, but he wore a crown anyway. And a lot of tights. You know, he was a great dancer.
Really?
He was the Sun King. Yes, great dancer.
Well, thank you
I
so much.
probably know more about my French background and history than I do about America these days, but you know, that's
Give
another
us
story.
three French fun facts.
Well, I just gave you 2.
That was before I asked, so they don't count.
Did you know that Claude Debussy was maligned in his own time? Everyone hated his music.
I did know that.
Well, I'm sure some of our viewers didn't, though.
well, thank you for being so infotainment ready.
I wasn't ready for this.
Neither were we.
This was spurred on both of us. I told you, this was supposed to be a Tonight Show gig. That was canceled. Then they throw this in my face.
Well, we're glad you could appear here. I know it's not the Tonight Show, but thank you for showing up today.
Listen, again, I'm so happy to have been here. I mean, and I'm so looking forward to you coming back to New York, Tim. It's going to be great to see you again.
Well, I'll see you in a couple days, and I'll be looking for that gift basket.
Lovely. I'll have it ready for you.
Will it have my name on it? Or will I just know?
We have to differentiate it from the other gift baskets I'm putting together.
The harbor is littered with gift baskets during Fleet Week, I'd imagine.
Yes, it's really quite a scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Statue of Liberty, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. What's your
My
first
God,
name?
thanks for having me.
What's your first name, if I may? What's
Statue?
Oh, okay. Well, Statue, thank you for being here. It's been lovely.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Goodbye, Statue.
I will. Goodbye.
Well, that was unanticipated and more pleasant than I thought. A huge
Our
statue.
guests are getting weirder and weirder every week.
They are, but better dressed.
I mean,
There's been a lot of makeup. We need to talk with Ruthie that she needs to let us know a little bit in advance.
Yeah, I'm feeling like underdressed now.
But it is a very nice t-shirt. I always look like a schlub. It's kind of my go-to look.
You know, we dress for comfort.
We do dress for comfort.
Yes,
That's
we
true.
do.
So, hey, if anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to just type them into the comment section on either Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get them to you. If you have any questions for Statue, I'm glad we can just call her Statue now. That's kind of nice that we're on a first name basis. We know. And I'm glad I got a gift basket. I'll let everyone know what I get next month. But
before we really get into the meat and potatoes of the show,
yes,
Tim and I have some sad news to share.
We do, and it seems like not only do Emily and I share an office all the time, we probably spend more time with each other than we do with our spouses.
Yeah.
But we have odd life things occurring at the same time as well. And so we're moving to the in memoriam portion of our show for the first time. Both of us had pets from our family pass away last week. And the first one that we're going to talk about is this crazy-faced lunatic right here. Trilby, our pug, passed away last week. And Trilby actually appeared on the show.
Trilby was a guest.
Trilby was a guest on the show.
Especially why we wanted to do this, because, you know.
Yeah. Trilby played a hairy fairy that accompanied a lady leprechaun onto the show. And every time that the fairy flew across screen, she looked like a taxidermy dog. She just went oddly stiff for some reason. But Trilby was a great, weird little lady prancing around our house, loved my wife more than, well, she loved my wife as much as she loved eating. Those were her two true passions, and sleeping. But Trilby will be missed, and I wanted to bring her up on the show as she had been a guest, but also Emily lost.
I lost my cat Floyd last week, a couple days after Tim lost his dog. Yeah. And Floyd did not make a video appearance, but she had made an appearance on the show when we were talking about our pets one time.
Yeah, when we first started off, we talked about our pets.
She was an old girl, but she was a good girl. She had, she was missing a fang. So she always got like a hair lip. Her lip would get stuck in her lip. And so she always looked kind of like angry, but also had kind of an Elvis thing going on.
Was her passing Blatz related?
Blatz was just a prop in the picture.
It was just part of the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think, she was just wanted to have a cold one with the boys. So
well, sure, who can blame her?
Yeah. So rest in peace to our animals.
Rest in peace to Trilby and
Floyd.
R.I.P. animals. And so
on to the show.
Let's move away from a little bit of the sadness and just get to this thing at the library that we're going to talk about this month isn't exactly the right word for it. It's an incredible program that we have coming up at the library that is called a Hmong Culture Symposium, exploring the Hmong American identity. And we have on the show today the organizer of this this fantastic program, Kanu Hongvu, Dr. Kanu Hongvu, actually.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Who's performing today at the Chuckles Factory.
That's my side gig.
Everyone needs a side hustle, right? Well, is there a 2-drink minimum for us to watch you?
Always.
Always a 2-drink. Fair enough. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. So, but before we get to the program that you're going to be talking about, tell us a little bit about yourself in general, so that the people watching along who aren't familiar with you know just a little bit about you.
So I spent my childhood in Manitowoc. I went off to college, grad school, got married, ended up in the Twin Cities, and eventually I made my way back to Manitowoc. And a few years ago, I got in contact with the Manitowoc Public Library, and I was like, as a child, I grew up at the library. It was one of my favorite places. And, one of the things I really wanted to see was, my culture at the library. And so a few years ago, we put together an exhibit. And from there, it just snowballed into events at the library and me being part of the library and just having a great time with the library.
Well, very cool. So let's just, that is a perfect segue. Obviously, you're very comfortable performing. But talk about this year's program. What I remember most is when it all started out, Julia Lee was our youth services manager at that point, and seeing you and Julia in full Hmong outfits, regalia, and it was great. I mean, I remember seeing that for the first time, and that's when I got to know you a little bit, because I immediately started bothering you to appear in things and write articles. So, but the program that we're talking about this episode is the Hmong Cultural Symposium, an exploration of Hmong American identity. So, Kanu, since you are the person who really put everything together, I just really helped to get the space and shape it a little bit and bother you to do performances, appearances, not performances. Is performances even a word? I don't know, but appearances. Tell us about this great evening.
So in the past, we've always done kind of light things about, the Hmong culture, Hmong history, Hmong people. And this year I wanted to focus on something maybe a little bit more serious. How did we get here? Why do we call the United States home? What was our journey like as refugees of war? And so this year we're kind of digging in just a little bit deeper. And so we have a panel of Hmong American refugees who are going to tell us, what they went through, all the hardships. I know that sometimes people know that it's hard to be a refugee, once you get to where you are. But, the journey of leaving a war-torn country, crossing the Mekong River, getting into the refugee camps, waiting to find out where you're going next. Are you going with your family, Where are you even going? All those questions and stories so that everybody can hear firsthand what it was like to be a Hmong American refugee.
That's fantastic, because that's really something you don't get to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? Who's all going to be presenting, and is there going to be an opportunity to ask them questions as well?
Definitely. So we have a few people lined up for the panel. It's going to be Mai Kao Tao. We're going to have Tu Long Ying, and we're going to have Sia Vang. They're all local. And they have different stories because they came at different times, and they were different ages. And so I wanted a variety of people to tell their story. I know that I had talked at the Manitowoc Public Library in a seminar, and I'd actually shared my story. And what's funny is, I practiced at home. It was great. I got to the library. I had, a room full of like maybe 20 people. I was telling my story at a PowerPoint all set to go. Practiced it all. It was beautiful. And as I was telling my story, I started crying. And when I practiced it, I didn't cry. But when I was telling my story in front of these 20 people, I remember crying, and it was really sad, and it was kind of surprising because I thought, well, this is my story. I know my story. I've told my story many times, but I don't know why that particular day I was crying, and like everybody is crying along with me.
Aww.
Yeah. And so I thought, it's very powerful to share our stories. And, even the people telling the story again or telling their stories, it helps heal them as well, too. So I thought this is the perfect opportunity for us to share our story with everybody who's going to be there tonight.
Yeah. And I think, like when you say like, your story and you practice it and, we're okay. And, felt like, I can get through this and stuff. I think sometimes when you see faces looking back at you,
Mhm.
and you can maybe even feel their emotion by
Yes.
hearing it. I think that sometimes kind of just like triggers that response.
Well, and when people are genuinely listening to a story, the story comes to life in a different way than when you're
Yes.
practicing.
Yes.
I personally can't wait, to hear these stories. I had the pleasure of meeting your uncle, I
Correct.
believe.
Yes.
And his story was fascinating, and just hearing him talk about, like, he was a kid when all this was happening, so it was more of an adventure to him while it was taking place, and he didn't realize the gravity of it until later.
That's right. So, obviously some people were kids. I was an infant during this time. But, I hear my parents tell, our story, and I hear how sad it is. And, it really shapes you into who you are when you hear these stories about you, about your family, about your people. And so these stories are very, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then your uncle and I spent once we talked about his stories, we then talked about the bands that we had been in during college. So I mean, it was just a great all around conversation that I didn't expect. When he was talking about his book, and I didn't expect the conversation to go the way it did. But it was a real honor and pleasure meeting him. But as it is you as well. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm glad I've got to know you more, and through a friend of yours, know how much you like boy bands also,
Yes.
or certain boy bands.
Yeah, certain boy bands.
Yeah. What top two would be?
It would have to be New Kids on the Block and, obviously our Nelson twins.
Obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. I don't even know why you brought it up. I mean, but also that evening, there's going to be some performance involved as well.
That's right. That's right. So whoever comes will get to hear traditional Hmong singing, which we call chanting, because it's very different from, like a singing voice. We're also going to have somebody who's going to be singing in Hmong. So you're going to get a little variety, Hmong chanting and Hmong singing. We're going to get to see some Hmong dancing, some modern Hmong line dancing as well. If you've always wanted to learn, how to Hmong dance, we do have an instructor that night, and she will kind of teach you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. You can get out of your seat and dance the night away as well. And then we also have some generous donors from the community, 2 places, Manitowoc Fire and Grill and Asian Market, who will be providing snacks for us that night too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. I mean, what a great all-around evening.
Yeah.
Again, this is Thursday, May 30th, starting at 5, with the potential of it running until 7:45, correct?
Yes.
And it's all ages program?
Yes, it's all ages. We will have some tables in the back with some coloring sheets for the kids if they, get a little bit restless. But it is for all ages. Everybody is welcome to come.
That's amazing.
Fantastic. And I found out this morning, we don't have to go into the specifics, but there's actually like door prizes if you stay for the entire
That is right. So at the end of the night, if you stay until the end, Seehafer Broadcasting has donated several prizes. And so you'll get a ticket or you can sign up. And at the end of the night, we will have several drawings.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I mean, what a great night.
Mm-hmm.
What a great night. And I'm just so fortunate to have met you, for you to be bringing this to the library year after year, different take on it every year. This year, the Hmong Cultural Symposium and Exploration of Hmong American Identity will be taking place on Thursday, May 30th, starting at 5 p.m. in the Balkansky Community Room. And Canoe, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Tim.
And thank you for having such a great internet connection today. So,
I try.
You definitely do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Hope you can show up on the 30th. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Hangbu. Bye.
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 All right. That was great. Canoe is great.
Yeah.
I first time I met her was just when she was hanging out with Julia, wearing the outfits, and you could hear them coming because they were wearing a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
So it
kind of
wasn't
like jingled.
Yeah, it was kind of jingling, and I'm like, what is going on? And then
and those outfits are just
gorgeous.
so beautiful.
Oh, they are.
Gosh.
And I would imagine, even though she didn't talk about it, there will definitely be people,
Sure.
especially the dancers. I would imagine the outfits are beautiful. But let's just, because I promised our next guests that they would be in studio 10 minutes ago. So let's just zip. Remember, if anyone has any questions, comments, type them into the comments box on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll get to them if you want them asked. And without hesitation, let us just zoom right into our next guest. We have Manitowoc Public Library's Youth Services Manager, Sharon Verbetten, and
Tony Plekin.
Tony Plekin, the man who has the best agent at Manitowoc Public Library, because he gets the choicest gigs. So, hello, Sharon was on the show about a year ago, right? I like how Elephant and Piggy come into focus every once in a while behind your head. It's like, boink, and there's the bear. And Tony was on just last month talking about Superhero Day. So, Sharon, Tony, you don't have to go through this again because you just said it last month. If you want to chime in, you can. But Sharon, tell everyone watching a little bit about yourself, just so they know you a little bit more. And you look adorable with the bear, by the way.
Thanks. I'll bring him back in. So, yeah, I'm Sharon Verbetten. I've been here a year and a half now at Manitowoc Public Library. Happy to have assimilated to this community, being from Green Bay, and love being by the lake and serving the families here, doing story time and bringing in fun characters for the littles of the community and our summer reading program.
And when you're away from the library, what do you like to do?
Oh, wow. I can't say read, right? Because
you can.
Now you can. That's good promo for us.
I have a teenage daughter, so we share a fondness for A, smoothies, and B, shopping. So
At the same time?
Yeah.
yes, we have.
Why not?
We love going to coffee shops, do some reading, do some shopping. We love thrifting.
Oh yeah.
And Tim, I know you're going to New York. I've been there many times. So jealous that you're going. And so yeah, traveling whenever I can. Haven't done it much since COVID, but looking forward to doing that as well down the road.
What's your favorite thing to do in New York, and what's your favorite thing to eat in New York? It could be a restaurant or just street food.
Well, it's probably gonna sound horrible to say like dirty street water hot dogs, but
No.
I really do. When you go to New York, you have to have a dirty street water hot dog. I love
but just
that.
don't put your hand into the water.
No,
Because it's apparently so
No
acidic that it
skin.
will eat the flesh off your hand.
and I've always stayed down near Herald Square.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of fun. Really just people watching is one of my favorite things. And when I was there, we always got to take in a Broadway show, which I think is an absolute must when you're in New York. So if you get to do that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. I'd also add visiting the Statue of Liberty.
Visiting the Statue of Liberty. And
I mean-
apparently, almost everyone that shows up gets a gift basket.
Yeah.
So that's important.
What I've heard.
When you stay down near Herald Square, did you ever get to see things taking place in Bryant Park?
No, when I was there, I used to work in the toy industry. So I went to the
Oh.
American Toy Fair. And so,
Oh wow.
got to go to a lot of the shops down there and see all the new toys that came out. So
That's
that was an
cool.
earlier career of mine, but
Wow.
nonetheless,
I
always a good
never
time.
got to the toy fair. I was always supposed to cover it for this web zine I was working for and never made it there. And I always wanted to. But Tony, you've been so quiet and so polite.
Right.
And, as much as I can talk about New York forever, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here today to talk about the summer reading program. Hooray! So we'll just turn it over to you and let you run with talking about the summer reading program and registration and everything. And we'll just interject a little bit as you go. The floor is
I'll let
yours.
Tony talk about the nuts and bolts, and I can throw in the fun characters. How about that?
Oh,
Sounds good.
yeah, sounds good. We're running our summer reading program again. The program runs from June 10th to August 10th. Pre-registration actually opens Monday, so if you have the Beanstack app, download it. Otherwise, you can download it for free and sign up right away come Monday. Otherwise, the officially goes from June 10th to August 12th, or August 10th, sorry. And we're also going to have a kickoff event on June 6th, Thursday, at Cedar Crest, where we'll be signing people up there. The first 100 people get a free scoop of ice cream just for signing up for the summer reading program.
Nice.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And the way the program works is that once you sign up, every 5 days of reading, you can come in and earn a prize. And if you read for 30 days, you complete the program and you collect all 6 of your prizes. It's all ages, all free, lots of neat stuff we're giving away, and lots of fun activities going along with it.
That's awesome. So if someone doesn't like tracking their reading through the app or like using a phone and stuff like that, is there another way that they can participate?
Yeah, we've got, we'll have our paper trackers, actually made by Emily.
What a strange question
know.
for you to be asking.
If you don't want to do the online function with Beanstack, we'll have those trackers available on June 10th, so you can just come and pick up your tracker, log your reading, bring it to the desk, and collect your prizes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is there
And there's
anywhere
also-
that people
there's
can
programs
see
for all
what the
different ages.
available I
Oh,
just
okay.
talked over Tony.
That's okay. And there's again, with it being all ages, there's there's one for youth. There's also teen prizes for and then there's also adult programs. So all ages are welcome. Prizes for everybody. So it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that people can see the kind of prizes they can win?
Well, when you sign in on Beanstack, once you're signed in, you can see like when you earned a prize, it typically tells you what your category was. So like the youth and teen programs, they have different categories, and then you'll be able to pick a prize from that category. So like you might win art supplies or get something from the treasure box or something like that.
Cool.
And the adult program, we have a spinner wheel. So you'll spin the wheel, and then whatever category you land on, you pick a prize from there. So lots of cool. We've got lots of like swag and library stuff.
Ooh.
Playing
I didn't
cards.
even know
So
we had
we also have
koozies.
gift cards and other things
Cool.
like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Therese had an idea for, well, that was Therese, right? Who had
No,
the idea?
Laura.
Laura. You might want to talk to her off the air because there are things she wants to put on the wheel. I don't know if they're appropriate.
They're
but
probably not.
they're colorful, but
Yeah,
not appropriate.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, well, no, that's definitely appropriate. Yeah. Sharon, is there anything you wanted to add to what Tony said, just about the basic setup of things?
Yeah, just really the same type of thing. Just a shout out to, you know, local businesses and organizations who have donated to the program. You know, first and foremost, thanking our friends of the Manitowoc Public Library for helping support the reading program, but also we have many entities, Quick Trip, Hartman's Bakery, local places that have donated, you know, Cedar Crest, obviously, for our kickoff. Couldn't do it without our local help. And I mean, it's fun, right? It's fun for us. That's what's awesome for me. I don't live in the community. I feel like such a part of the community when I get to visit these businesses and talk with them about, you know, engaging with our youth. It's so important.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And full list of the people that are sponsoring summer reading program. If you head to our website, which is manitowoclibrary.org, head to the summer reading program area and a full list of sponsors.
I was going to say,
So-
otherwise the URL is just manitowoclibrary.org/SRP.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Did she design a paper tracker? I can't remember.
Ooh, I might have even made the graphic on the screen right now.
Are there any programs that you guys want to just highlight that are coming up for kids, teens, adults? What about that bear? I see you keep bringing that bear, and that couldn't have anything to do with anything, could it?
I mean, how cute is this bear? This is Bruce the bear from the very popular Ryan Higgins picture books. Now, this is a cute, cuddly one, but we have the larger than life Bruce the bear costume coming for our summer kickoff. So he's going to be here for 2 story times on Wednesday, June 12th. And so he's a curmudgeonly little bear in the storybooks. But when he comes here, he's going to do some dancing, and we're going to have some stories, and he's going to be here for a teddy bear picnic. So we're going to have a lot of fun with Bruce the bear. So that's our kickoff week, the week of June 10th. Other fun events. Hello, Happy Carrot.
I love the props.
How cute is this carrot? So in July, we're having Carrotopia, where we are going to plant carrot seeds. We are going to taste many colors of carrots. We are going to have this guy for Carrot Story Time. And believe it or not, we're going to have a life-size carrot costume here as well. So kids love costumes, right?
Wow,
So,
yeah.
And carrots.
And carrots. So, but one of our biggest events, probably our biggest annual summer event, is Touch the Trucks, right? So that is going to be happening on Wednesday, July 10th. In the Breeze parking lot across from the library. Right now we have about 20 vehicles signed up to come, everything from a cement mixer to an ambulance, fire truck, police vehicles. Kids can climb on them, take pictures with them, beep the horn. It's so much fun. Last year we brought over 1,200 people to the event, and then obviously they can come to the library, sign up for summer reading at that time, and so I so look forward to that event as well.
Yeah.
You know, seeing the trucks in the parking lot is cool on its own, but then when you see everyone reacting to the trucks, it just takes it to a whole different level. I just love it. It's fantastic. And by the time my daughter, when they started doing Touch Trucks, she wasn't even around anymore. So I just have to live vicariously through everyone else. It's very sad. If you want to feel sorry for me, please feel free now. Oh, I'm sorry to have made you so sad just for a second. Tony, what anything you want to point out that's coming up as programming that you want to highlight?
Yeah, starting June 17th, we're going to have the American Farmer exhibit, which is going to be this really neat display of different photographs of farmers from across the United States.
Do they grow carrots?
Yep.
Some of them may.
Yeah, so it's going to be an amazing exhibit. So we'll actually have that up through October 20th. So it'll be available all summer long. You can come and learn a little bit about agriculture and farming history in the United States. We also have our annual big book sale is June 27th, 28th, and 29th. And a lot of the funding or like the money raised through that event supports the Friends of the Library who support summer reading. So a lot of that allows us to continue to do the program to pay for other prizes.
Hooray for the Friends.
Yeah, they do great work, and we hope that everyone can come in, find a book that they like, and we'll have the whole room filled with them. So you'll have plenty to pick from, which is always a great time. And there'll be Paint the Library. We'll do that again coming up near the 4th of July. And other programming in the Idea Box. We'll have other activities going on and things like that throughout the summer.
Awesome. And what about teen events? Do we have any events coming up for teens?
We do. We're actually doing a collaboration with all ages. We're doing a tie-dye day, which is going to be for youth and teens, and adults can come and do tie-dyeing.
Ooh, fun.
We have Jim Lenz is going to be coming to do rocket science for the teens. And probably my favorite teen event is going to be the fire starter event. So don't worry about it. We have Woodsy Dude. He's a survivalist from Crivets, Wisconsin, and he's going to come and teach teens how to start safe fires. So for example, like if you were camping and needed to start a campfire. So I just think it's going to be a really fun event for our teens. We always have writing programs going on for our teens as well, creative writing. But those are the kind of the big teen events that we're really looking forward to this summer.
That's awesome. And I've been going over the calendar, looking at it lately, and there is just so much in June and July. The calendar is absolutely crammed. So head to manitowoclibrary.org, head to the events calendar and take a look, because there is almost literally something for everyone happening in June, July, and the start of August. So just remember, summer reading program runs June 10th through August 10th. Pre-registration is going on now. Where could they do pre-registration, Emily?
It starts Monday.
Oh, it starts Monday. Monday. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm already in New York in my head. So in my defense, I thought it was Monday already.
No, so Monday. You can either head to manitowoclibrary.beanstack.org, or you can download the Beanstack app. Or if you prefer a paper tracker, the digital thing ain't your thing, then you can pick up a paper tracker starting June 10th at any of the service desks.
Super cool. Thank you so much, Tony and Sharon, for being here today to talk about summer reading program. But don't wave bye yet.
Yeah,
you're not quite out of here yet, Sharon, because it is.
Oh, I like that music.
You can keep dancing. Unfortunately, you weren't on the screen. There we go. Go, Sharon. Go, Sharon. Go, Sharon. Go, Sharon. Go, Tony and Sharon. Go, Tony and Sharon. All right. Your trivia is...
First, we need to let you know that you guys are working as a team. So...
Just like you were dancing as a team.
However you guys want to answer, if you guys want to discuss with each other and then answer together, or if you feel like you know it, however you guys want to do that. But yes, you are working as a team, because the prize is...
There is a valuable prize.
Yes.
There are 5 questions. If you get 3 out of the 5, you get the valuable prize.
Sounds good.
All right. Do you want to start?
Sure.
All right.
Should we tell them what the name is?
Your trivia is, it's all summer trivia. So,
okay,
Emily,
your first question is what is the first official calendar day of summer?
Tony, I'm gonna guess around June 21st, something like that.
It's typically the 21st.
We're going June 21st.
Mm-hmm.
That is incorrect. It's June
22nd?
20th. The
Oh!
21st is the equinox. The 20th is the first day of summer. All right. But don't worry. We have bonus questions, so you can possibly recoup that 1 point loss. Number 2, what year was the first modern two-piece women's swimsuit introduced? And as a bonus, if you can name who invented it, you get a bonus point.
That's got Tony's name written all over it. But
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, I'm going to go mid-60s, Tony, you think? I mean...
Yeah, I probably would have went 50s, but I don't.
50s, they were still pretty covered up.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we say like 1967? Who invented it? Boy, I don't...
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue.
Oh, I'm sure I'll mention that to her when I see her in New York. Actually, it was invented in 1913.
What?
Yep, it was a longer pants version of it. It wasn't like
Oh my god!
Like the little like triangle.
Yeah,
kind of
it was more trunks, and it was invented by Carl Jansen.
We are way off.
Jansen Swimwear.
Didn't know. Okay.
Tony does not look surprised that he didn't know this at all.
I mean, wow.
All right, but I still believe you can finish strong.
Okay.
Just got to run the table.
So the next one is according to a survey done by TasteWise, what are 2 of the top 5 most popular summer foods? You have 3 guesses.
To name the top 2 of the top 5.
Well, I think one has to be watermelon.
Watermelon's good. Maybe ice cream.
That's a good guess too. And
Hot dogs.
hot dogs?
Do I go with those 3, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's go with those 3.
All right.
A dirty water New York hot dog.
It's funny, actually. I guessed when we were picking the questions, I guessed watermelon and hot dogs.
Yeah, I thought hot dog for sure.
I think.
Yeah.
But the top 5 are salad, ice cream, cake, sandwiches, and cookies.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get in touch with the owners of TasteWise.
I mean, ice cream for sure, but cake and cookies? And
I know. I thought that was kind of weird.
I think you should write the TasteWise a sternly worded email.
I think that they should at least get a half a point.
What about carrots?
I like your carrot voice. What about carrots?
Carrots.
We'll give you a half point for that, though, since
Okay.
it's in dispute. But on to question 4. And this is a good one. What was the temperature for the hottest day on record in Manitowoc, Wisconsin? And a bonus point if you can tell us the date.
Well, I'm not from here. So Tony, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Wow, you are great at shovel passing these trivia questions to Tony. Let's give him another half point for that. The old shovel pass. So you're up to 1 point.
Well,
It can't be that hot by the lake here.
yeah, I wouldn't think so. So probably
80
you
something?
wanna go 9. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 90. I don't know. We'll go 90 and in 1982.
That is incorrect.
I thought so.
The answer is 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
What?
And it was 5 years after the invention of the two-piece swimsuit, July 11th, 1936. I think it was the swimsuit that brought the temperatures up on the lakeshore.
Wow.
That's my guess. So we were surprised that it was that early and that hot. So, and that is according to extremeweatherwatch.com.
Okay.
And the last question is, I know that we didn't get majority. So
Epic fail. We're done.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Big losers, but you can still try to win the last question.
Sure.
And that is, in 1961, what popular outdoor water toy was invented for children?
I'm going to go Super Soaker.
Super Soaker, yeah.
Wrong.
That is incorrect. It's a slip and slide. So I'll give you a half a point. You still get you got halfway to the prize.
It wasn't a shutout.
It wasn't a shutout, but still, regardless, you walk away
Made a good run, Tony. Tried hard.
Yeah.
And this is what you would have won. Tony's familiar with it. The bear we're trying to give away, but nobody can win it.
Nope.
Our winners have not come in and claimed it.
Yeah.
So now it just goes on to the next person.
So now we keep rotating the bear. And I know you thought you were going to get to leave, but we have a series of go Sharon, go Sharon, go Sharon, go Sharon, go Carrot, and Sharon, Tony, join it, and Tony, and dancing. All right. The most important questions you'll ever be asked. Tony, you don't have to answer these since you answered them last time. There's one you can answer. If you want to change any of your answers, jump in. But these are primarily
These are just fun questions to get to know our staff. Random questions. So you may start again. All right. Sharon, what is your most treasured possession?
My carrot. No, actually, it is my, in all seriousness, everybody who knows me, I am like a Maurice Sendak freak. I have a little Maurice Sendak shrine here in my office. Please come take a look at it. For those of you who don't know who Maurice Sendak is, author of the Caldecott winning Where the Wild Things Are. So my most prized possession is an autograph of Maurice Sendak. And several first editions. So
that's awesome.
Very cool. My daughter would be probably my most living prized possession, but
are people possessions though?
Point taken.
Tony, what was your prized possession? You can just jump in.
I said my parents' house. Just there, so.
Your answers were great. That's why I'm recapping them. But Sharon, again, if you could learn one skill instantly, what would that skill be?
I would really love to learn American Sign Language.
Oh.
I wish I would have. My dad had severe hearing loss his whole life, and it was very hard to communicate with him. And I think if we could have learned sign language together, it would have made for a much more enriching conversation. And I do think there are times at the library when I could use it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great answer. And Tony's, yours was languages, period.
I said the same thing. Yeah, multiple languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Number 3.
All right. What is the least amount of money you would accept to eat a freeze-dried nacho cheese cricket?
Oh, I mean, I'd do that for, well, I shouldn't say I'd do it for free. Because now maybe you're going to give me one. But
oh, I have some in the office.
I mean.
Free is good. I did it for free.
I would do it. I mean, can I wash it down with iced tea? I mean,
sure.
You know.
I mean, you got to chew it first.
Oh, I didn't know there was chewing involved.
Well,
it's
they're crunchy.
It's freeze dried. Honestly, it tastes like a soy nut with
and
nacho
it's good
cheese.
protein. Good protein.
Yeah.
So, I'd do it for nothing.
And if your throat is itchy, the legs and antennas scratch it on the way down.
And there you go.
So
I bet Tony wouldn't do it.
Tony said for $1 million.
What, Tony?
Well, if I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well make a profit off of it. So
that's a good.
If they're willing to give me $1 million.
Good answer.
I don't have $1 million, so I give you a freeze-dried cricket. But all right, if you weren't in the profession that you're in, Sharon, what job would be your next choice?
So I'm glad you asked that. There's two. One, I would be a lexicographer, and if you don't know what that is, look it up in the dictionary. It means you are a dictionary editor. And number two, I know you're going to think this is creepy and weird, but I would definitely be a funeral service, a funeral director. I love the industry, most compassionate people, and it's not creepy at all. So
no, I don't think it's creepy and weird.
No.
I know several.
You know what? I was just going to say, I've actually heard that from many people who would have chosen that as like a second field. That's very interesting.
Yeah. And Tony had said he would be the mayor. I believe that's
a clerk or a city clerk of some sort.
Really?
Which is like the mayor, kind of. Yeah. I mean, you work in the same building anyhow. So, and the final
question is, what number is Tim and
Emily?
I don't know why
Emily.
I abbreviated my name. Currently thinking of
92.
31.
Oh!
33.
33. You were dangerously close, Tony. Oh, so darn close. All right, we promised to get you out by 1, and we're doing it by 5 minutes. So
Yes.
thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for being
guys.
wonderful guests. Thank you for coming on again,
Summer reading.
Tony. At summer reading.
Yep, we'll probably see you next month, Tony, or the month after that.
Yep.
Expect it.
I'm gonna
Nice
bring that there.
carrot, if I may say that on
Well,
the
this month,
internet,
don't
Sharon.
forget.
Thank you so much for coming. You guys were great. Thanks for
Thank
promoting the summer
you.
reading program.
Thank
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun.
Well, that was a nice, well-rounded show.
It really was, from the Statue of Liberty, who was way more of a New York broad than I ever imagined.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, I mean,
did
it
too.
was.
It was a fantastic appearance.
You could tell the smog has gotten.
She seemed a little verklempt.
Yeah, a little verklempt.
But and Canoe, absolutely fantastic. Let's just rewind since we have just a tiny bit of time to bring things up again. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I think I'm giving people who are watching, I'm giving them seizure disorder.
Oh.
But Canoe was here to promote a Hmong Cultural Symposium and Exploration of Hmong American Identity on taking place Thursday, May 30th.
5 p.m.
Volgansky Community Room.
I would do it in unison, but I guess not.
What? It's going to be a great night. And Canoe just did an absolutely fantastic job of wrangling it all together. And, it's both culturally broad and personal as well, which is what I really love about it. And so that's happening on Thursday, May 30th. And then I'm going to remove it just to not give anyone seizure disorder. Emily, why don't you do the honors here since you created apparently everything for it? What was that? What was that? I was nice to you and you gave me a raspberry. What's up with that?
Summer reading program. It runs June 10th to August 10th. Pre-registration opens May 20th, which is next week, Monday. You can sign up by downloading the Beanstack app and searching Manitowoc Public Library. You can do it on the computer, going to manitowoclibrary.beanstack.org. Whew.
Sometimes words are hard.
Yeah, and paper tracker. Yes, you can get a paper tracker. I was like on such
Paper
a roll that
tracker.
it eventually just stopped.
Carrots.
Stalled out on me. Yeah, you can pick up a paper tracker starting June 10th at the beginning of the program. Lots of great events going on. If you go to manitowoclibrary.org/SRP, you can find out about all of our events that are happening, as well as like how the program works. And
Yeah, it's a fantastic thing. I've been enjoying the Manitowoc Library summer reading program since I was about 5 years old at the Hamilton Street Library. It's a great thing. I don't remember there being as much programming as there. I don't remember
oh my
that.
God, it's insane. Our calendar is just like.
It's just blown up.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like Monday through Friday, it's like there's 4 to 5 of those days are completely filled with programming and multiple events on, any given day.
And there's even stuff on Saturdays too, like the mini golf.
Yep.
If you want to find these dates, we're encouraging you to go to our website.
Yes, at the
mini
Market
golf
with Andrew.
At the Market with Andrew. If you liked them at home with Andrew, we're kind of taking it outside for the market. But I mean, we can just bring things up. We could keep talking and talking because it really is phenomenal this year. But probably best for us to actually end the show in an hour. Which is
I know.
Almost a record for us.
I know. We really. It's funny when we started this that we always said 20 to 35 minutes.
20 to 35 minutes. We won't have that much to talk about.
Keep it
Carrot.
Less than an hour.
But what's coming up next month, Emily?
Oh, Karen Hansen, Public Services Manager, will be joining us. She will be discussing upcoming event with Temple Grandin, which unfortunately is sold out already.
Well, fortunately and fortunately.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's a great problem to have, but also, it's a bummer for anyone who didn't get tickets early enough, but sold out in like
if you
12
were hoping
hours.
to go, you waited too long. It actually sold out and the wait list was full within under 12 hours.
Yeah.
It was just a phenomenal thing. So it's going to be a great night. There will be possibly some will call tickets tonight up. So if you're interested, you can show up at the theater. That's June 21st. But Karen Hansen will be on next month to talk about all things Temple Grandin.
As well as discussing, you'll be discussing American
Farmer.
upcoming exhibit that we
Yeah,
have
which
coming.
Tony brought up
Mhm.
a little bit today, but we'll be bringing that up next month to flesh it out a little bit
Yeah.
more for everyone even. So
Well,
thank you everyone
everybody
for joining us.
yeah.
It's been, as always, a joy being here with you, and have great days, everyone. I'm off to New York, and no matter what it seems like, Emily's head is not truly as small as it looks
Yes, it
in our
is.
broadcast. I'm sorry. I just got Ruthie said it
Look
is.
at-
Oh my God, it keeps getting smaller. Bye, everybody. Vogue.